What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the Premier League preview between Manchester City and Crystal Palace. Match day number 4 in the Premier League. It's back to the Etihad Stadium once more, and like I said, it is Manchester City taking on Crystal Palace on August 27th, 2022 with a traditional Saturday 3 PM kickoff time. But before I do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then do subscribe to my channel. We've got daily Manchester City transfer updates coming throughout all of the summer transfer window, and we've got lots of regular City content coming throughout the season as well for you guys to look forward to. So do make sure you have subscribed. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, they're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 200 likes once more is the aim, and also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. Lastly, this video is sponsored and it's brought to you by my Premier League preview sponsor for the season, Betmate. If you want to go and check them out and download their app, then the link is in the description. They're running this week's pot. This week's pot is not just covering Manchester City against Crystal Palace, but all the 3 PM kickoffs in the Premier League. Want to go and join the league and find more details, then they are all in the description. I will be speaking more about Betmate as I get on with this video. Now, let's crack on then with this video. We're going to speak about our oppositions first. Crystal Palace currently sitting 9th in the Premier League, picked up 4 points from 3 games. They lost their first home game of the season against Arsenal by 2-0. They then followed that up with a decent point away from home against Liverpool at Anfield, 1-1, before beating Aston Villa at home 3-1 last weekend. And they also played midweek, beating Oxford United away 2-0 in the Carabao Cup to progress to the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Manchester City currently sitting in 2nd place, 7 points from their 3 games, 2 points behind Arsenal in 1st. We beat West Ham away in our first game 2-0. Followed that with a victory against Bournemouth at home, 4-0 was the victory score, the scoreline victory for that game. And then we drew 3-3 last weekend against Newcastle United. And we also played midweek as well in a friendly against Barcelona, which we just happened to have drawn 3-3 as well. So that's 6 goals scored and 6 goals conceded in our last 2 games, after scoring 6 in our other previous 2 games and conceding 0. Now, you would imagine that City are going to be rotating in this game. We do play midweek at home against Nottingham Forest, and this does start the period now where Manchester City start to play every 3 to 4 days on the run-up to the next international break at the end of September. For opposition views here, we're expected to see Guetta in goal, Tyrant Mitchell, who I rate, in at left-back, Joel Ward at right-back. Expected to see Joachim Anderson at the back with Guhai as well. Doucouré defensive midfield. Could see Will Hughes, Luka Milijevic, Jeffrey Schlupp or Eberechi Eze. They pick 2 of them. They could be starting in the middle of the park. I'm expecting to see Jordan Ayew on one side, Ederson, Edouard up top. Now, I was expecting to see Danger Man Wilfried Zaha as well, but it has been reported by several sources that he is out injured. Could be a bluff. If it's not a bluff and he is out injured, then that is a huge blow for Crystal Palace and a massive bonus for Manchester City. But I'm still not taking Palace very lightly. Patrick Vieira's got Palace well drilled, they're well organised, they're difficult to break down, and add to that the possibilities on the counter-attack, and you do have a very good team in Crystal Palace. So this is going to be a difficult game. Just think back to last year, drew 0-0 at Selhurst Park in the second half of the season, but in the first half of the season when we played them at the Etihad last, they beat us 2-0. So yeah, no mugs, not taking them lightly. I think I read a crazy stat that City have played over 50 games and unbeaten in many of their 3 PM kickoffs in the Premier League. I think they've lost only 2 out of the last, is it 54 or 56 3 PM kickoff matches, and then 2 defeats were both against Crystal Palace, which is a crazy stat. So yeah, we do need to be very careful here. Now, team news for Manchester City. I'm not expecting to see Mbete, who went off injured for concussion against Barcelona. Kalvin Phillips went off with a shoulder injury. It isn't thought that that's as serious as first thought, but I'm expecting him not to be available for this game as well. Laporte's closing in on a return. He's expected to return at some point in September, but won't make it back for this game. Not too sure if we're going to see Jack Grealish or Nathan Ake. We'll have to wait and see. Pep Guardiola didn't give an update on players in our preview and his build-up to this game in his pre-match press conference. As City were doing training, he was going to assess the team then, so we don't actually have an update on that, so we don't really have too much to go at. So I am going to pop up my team prediction now. I've gone for Ederson in goal, Walker right back, Cancelo left back, and Diaz and Stones. I've gone for a midfield three of Rodri, De Bruyne and Gundogan. I've put Bernardo Silva on the right hand side. He did very well against Newcastle United last week, Bernardo Silva, so I'll put him on the right wing and Phil Foden on the left wing. Foden needs minutes. He needs to adapt. He needs to get better, and the only way he does that to me is getting more regular minutes, and there isn't too many other options out there. Mahrez, Alvarez are the other options for Manchester City, but they are predominantly playing on the right hand side or through the centre rather than the left hand side. So with the injury to Jack Grealish, Foden has got a real opportunity to get that position nailed down if he can put in a good quality performance or two, which as of yet hasn't really happened. And of course Erling Haaland leading Manchester City's attack, but we do look a little bit depleted, don't we? We've got a very small squad. Sergio Gomez could make his competitive debut for Manchester City. Like I said, Mahrez, Alvarez, they could be options for Manchester City, but in terms of senior players, we haven't got too many, and I am expecting any senior player that isn't starting in this game will more than likely start against Forest in midweek. Now, betting tips for this game. I think this is going to be both teams to score. My original betting tip was going to be Wilfried Zaha any time. However, he's not expected to feature, so take a pick, wait until the teams have been announced, but obviously Erling Haaland, you could stick safe. You'd expect him to be grabbing at least a goal for Manchester City, but I've been very impressed with Ilkay Gundogan, and if he's starting, I think he's going to get a goal, so I'm going for both teams to score and Gundogan anytime for Manchester City. Now, Sky Bet have got Crystal Palace 14-1 to win this game, a draw's 13-2, and City are 6-1 on if you are having a look at the odds for this game. If you are going to gamble, do remember to gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. In terms of a score prediction, my head's saying maybe a 1-1 or a 2-2 if they had Zaha playing, but he's not expected to be there, so I think City could get this one and get this one quite comfortably. I'm going for both teams to score 3-1 Manchester City, but I'll take any victory for Manchester City from this game because I'm not taking Crystal Palace lightly at all. Now, moving on to my sponsor for today's video, Betmate. They're doing their 3 p.m. kickoff for the Premier League game. If you want to go and join the pot, then the details to that, they are in the description. This week's pot is worth £600. It's a £5 entry fee. So link is in the description if you want to go and download the app and join up to Betmate and participate in this week's pot. I'm in the pot, so come and join me and challenge me, see if you can beat me, and see if you can end up winning the pot and winning a share of the £600, which would be absolutely fantastic. So my team for this week, I've gone for Mendy in goal for Chelsea. They're taking on Leicester at home. I've got Llorente of Leeds and Reece James of Chelsea at the back. I've got a midfield two of Fabinho and Kevin De Bruyne. I did have originally vice-captain Zaha, but with the news that he's not going to be playing in this game, I'm not too sure if it's a bluff, so I've put him on the bench and I've moved Ivan Toney, who is on my bench, into my starting 11, and I've partnered him alongside Mo Salah. Mo Salah's my captain for this week's round, but I've now vice-captained Kevin De Bruyne in anticipation that Wilfried Zaha isn't going to feature. If Zaha does miraculously make a recovery and start for Crystal Palace, then I will change it up. Remember, you can change your teams up to 5 minutes before kickoff. I'm always chopping and changing my team with form based on injuries, who's starting and things like that. So when the teams are announced an hour before kickoff, check your bet, mate. Put yourself in the best possible position to win. That's what I like to do. And like I said, this week's pot, £600, £5 entry, links and details all in the description. If you are going to gamble, do gamble responsibly, and when the fun stops, stop. So there we go, that's been the video. Niggly game, this one for Manchester City, but hopefully we can come out at the other end with a win. There is once more not going to be a live watch along, unfortunately, for this game, but We are going to be doing a match vlog instead for you guys to look forward to. Might be out later on tomorrow evening. If not, we'll be out Sunday morning for you guys to look forward to, and stay tuned for that. So do make sure you have subscribed with your bell pressed to be notified immediately for when I do upload my match vlog. Also, don't forget as well to go check out my social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries, do leave a thumbs up as well if you do enjoy this video. 200 likes is the aim, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. And also don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comments below, including your score and team prediction for this game. And lastly, do go and check out today's video sponsor, Betmate. Details for this week's pot in the description, along with the link if you want to go and download the Betmate app. Anyone that does do that does help to support the future content created here on my channel, and it does keep these videos coming for you guys. And I'll see you all again for the match vlog, hopefully tomorrow evening. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.